Welcome everyone to another episode of Behind the Shades. Do you know where your children are? Do you love your children? It is interesting to see how parenthood is put on this pedestal. I call it the God throne. They can do no wrong, they can do no evil, right? But many of us, our parents are our first superhero. And if you're anything but, you're viewed as a super villain. But what if there was someone, or even you, or even someone else, that view themselves as a person that is a parent instead of a parent only?
So I posted one time that I love my children and I'm glad that I'm their parent, but I don't really like being a parent. I gotta acknowledge that that's gonna rub people the wrong way, and I get it. A lot of people have a really hard time holding two conflicting truths at one time. I do not. I understand that I can be blessed to have an opportunity, and I can also be frustrated by the most stressful parts of that opportunity. Those two different things can live in the same apartment. And again, I love my children. You always gotta qualify it with that. I love my children, but parenthood is like, you know how we all got that cousin, you love them, but you don't really like them? Like, bro, if we weren't related, you and I would never be in the same place and have a conversation. That's my relationship with parenthood. Unwavering selflessness is just not my bag. It's never been. I need something for me. What's going on here? I thought that I'd be more of a my children are my world kind of parent. My mom was that kind of parent, and all of her happiness was tied up in my happiness. And she died a woman who didn't really know who she was. Parenthood has a right to all of my time, fine. It has a right to all of my money, all of my love and devotion. You can have it. Parenthood does not have a right to all of my identity. I am more than just a dad. I was my own person for 30 something years before my first daughter was born. I'm my own person in the mix of giving me to them too. And I'm gonna be a person long after they leave me to have their own families. My whole identity is not wrapped in parenthood. And if yours is, I think that's absolutely fine, but mine is not. Can't do it. I love how there's not supposed to be different genres of parenting. Like we're all supposed to approach this thing with the same mindset. Absolutely not.
This perspective is an interesting one. Many times we take on different identities, but we only have one at a time. You're a single man. You're a married man. You're a father. You're an empty nester. You're still a husband. Then you die. But this video shows that you can be multiple things at different points in your life, which is fantastic because that's going to help you when it comes to the point where you no longer have one of those identities. The grieving period will be less. Maybe it won't be as impactful because you went from a single man to a husband to a father, and maybe you're just a husband. You're no longer a father. Maybe you're just a father and you're no longer a husband. But if you can be more than one identity at the same time, you're still incorporating different aspects of you. It doesn't mean you love your children any less. It doesn't mean you love your partner any less. And it definitely doesn't mean you love yourself any less. What it means is that you love yourself even more. You can see the value in you. You can see the value in being a father. You can see a value being a husband. And when you see a value in these titles, what happens next is then you begin to see the value in the people that have given you this title. Listen, you can love someone every single hour of every single day, but it doesn't mean that you like them every single hour of every single day. That is something we have to accept. And I think when it comes to parenthood, unfortunately, we think it's one way and not the other way. My way or the highway. But sometimes it has to be the other way. Sometimes you don't want to be a parent today. Some days you don't want to be a husband today. And there's probably many days where there's women out there that be like, oh my God, take the kids, please. I just want to be Jane. I don't want to be Mother Jane. I don't want to be Wifey Jane. I just want to be Jane. Curlers in the hair, slippers on the feet, and a robe, eating some bonbons, watching TV like her last name is Bundy, first name is Peggy. I just want to Netflix and chill by my damn self. and that is perfectly fine. So let's take down parenthood off of the God throne and realize that they're not holy, godly figures. They're a man and a woman just like many of us are. They cry, they bleed, they get frustrated, they get upset, they get joyous, they get happy. They experience all of these things, but at the end of the day, they're just a human being who's trying to be a human doing. And that is the key because we have to look at every single person that decides to become a parent as they were someone else before parenthood. There's still parts of them during parenthood. And when the children end up leaving and creating their own families, they're still going to have that foundation to rely on. Because it is important not to forget who you are just because the destination have changed. You're still you, all the good, the bad, and everything in between. But the beautiful thing about this journey, the beautiful thing about taking on these different identities of husband, wife, mother, father, is that you take the best of you from previous identities to help create this new one.